All right, good morning. I want to thank each of you for being here. This morning we have wrapped up another multi-month long investigation into the traffic and distribution of dangerous illegal narcotics in our county. I had tasked our Special Investigative Division, Criminal Investigative Bureau, and other deputies with aggressively going after these folks that continue to bring poison into our county and into our communities. And it's all an attempt to take back our communities and make them a safer place to work, live, and raise a family. The narcotics that were taken off the streets during this investigation, like I said, are very dangerous ones. We're talking about methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and heroin. That was our concentration. But during this, we were also seizing illegal drugs, or not illegal drugs, but also weapons that were stolen. So we were able to pull a number of those off the street. This operation resulted in the arrest of about 24 criminals on drug and gun charges, including drug trafficking, possession with intent to sell and deliver drugs, possession of stolen firearms, possession of firearms by convicted felons. This arrest resulted in keeping over 44,000 dosage units of these dangerous narcotics from hitting the streets, and that's huge because that equates to lives saved, and that's what these operations are about. Information provided by the public continues to be at the forefront of these investigations. When we do these are driven by complaints where folks call our office, leave information, and the important thing to know is when folks call up here, they do not have to leave their name. They can just leave us the information, and all this information is thoroughly investigated. And that's how we go about conducting these investigations. So without the continued support of the public, the way they have been for this office, we would not be able to do what we do. So as you can see on the board, many of these folks are very dangerous criminals because of what they're doing and because of the lives that are taken in our county. And we're going to continue to aggressively go after these people with every resource that we have. So having said that, I will be glad to answer any of your questions.
I think one of the biggest questions I have thus far is just, this is a quarter by quarter almost update that we received. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm just thinking off the top of my head from last time. It seems like each quarter we've had a decrease seemingly in whether it's either the units that are being seized or the weapons that are being seized, whatever the case may be. But is it safe to say that we've seen a quarter by quarter improvement on the amount of illegal weapons or illegal narcotics that are being found within the county?
I think you are seeing a difference, and I think that's a credit to the men and women of this office, their dedication, hard work, and long hours that they put into aggressively going after these criminals that once again think it's safe to bring narcotics into our county. And to them, they're making a big mistake. Our deputies are top-notch, second to none. I would put them up against any sheriff's office throughout the United States. The job they do is outstanding day in and day out. So Craven County is no longer a safe haven for these people to set up shop, and that's the message that we send. So my advice to them is to go somewhere else. And I think they know that when they come in here, once they've been picked up by our deputies, that this, once again, is the wrong place to conduct this criminal activity. But yes, you are seeing a slow decline, but however, we're moving in the right direction, and we will continue to hit them with everything we've got.
Some of these people doing it from Tampa, are you getting assistance from other departments to do the rest?
Yeah, we have a great working relationship with all the surrounding sheriff's offices, our federal counterparts as well, and local. New Bern Police Department works day in and day out with our people. They work out of our office as well, and it's just a great working relationship. And I've said it time and time again, none of us have the resources we need, but when we bring them together, that does help out tremendously. Because typically these criminals, whether they're working in the municipality or out in the county, we're dealing with the same ones. And a lot of them are the ones that are directly responsible for taking lives, stealing property, and causing some of our citizens to be victims of these crimes. So, no, great working relationship with all agencies involved. And I must, speak about our district attorney as well. His office aggressively prosecutes these cases, and we work and talk with them every day about what we're doing, and that's so crucial.
My question would be, this is, we've been to a couple of these over the past, year, I would say, and you guys announcing these big drug busts. Why is it important for you guys to continue sharing with the community the work that you're doing, kind of the message you want to share?
Well, because the number one function of government is to protect its people. And I think our citizens want to know what we're doing. We are funded by taxpayers' dollars, and they want to know that their communities are being taken back and are safe for them to live in. And I'm very proud of all the work that the men and women of this office are doing. And I want the folks to know that, what they're doing. So we will continue to do these. We're already working on our next one and the one after that. So we will continue to do these, and hopefully one day we come in here and maybe there's one name on the board, and that's when we'll know that our work is complete. But I think we all know that's not feasible. As long as there's a demand and we have folks with these illnesses that are addicted to these controlled substances, there's going to be suppliers. And when we talk about these folks that have this illness, we've got processes in place to help them as well. So it's not all about locking up the bad people. It's about getting the ones help once they are incarcerated that need the help, to keep them from coming back, to keep them from accelerating to this type of level. So it's a multifaceted approach. Just right now, you're seeing the ones that are responsible for distributing these narcotics.
Recently, Pamlico announced the arrest of 3 people on manslaughter charges with overdose death. Is Craven also doing that kind of policy at all?
We're working a number of investigations, and to get into that right now would not be appropriate. But I can tell you we're working multiple investigations that look at where the narcotics are coming from, who's responsible for distributing, and those are very complex investigations. But yes, sir, we are working on those as well.
I had a couple of questions as well. One I'll start with is just how has the Crime Stoppers element, or has it benefited yet? I know that's a relatively new program. Or not, I say new program, but it's something that has kind of been a rework here recently.
Right.
Something that we're trying to rejuvenate, so to speak, within the Sheriff's Office and the Police Department in Craven County. How much has that played in, or is that playing in at this point into the narcotics investigations? Because obviously, like you and so many other law agencies have mentioned, the pulse of the community, or the response and feedback from citizens in the area play a big part in helping with these investigations.
Yeah. So, whether it's just anonymous tips or people calling in on the Crime Stoppers hotline, it does play a huge role. Because once again, like I mentioned, we're not asking for your name. We're asking for information that's going to lead to the arrest of criminals like these. And for that, if they give us good information that leads to an arrest, more than likely they're going to get a cash reward for their information. So that's why we encourage it. And we're not interested in your name. We're interested in good, solid information that's going to save lives that we can follow up on. So it is, and that's why we're looking to take Crime Stoppers to the next level. And we've got a person in place that is very experienced in doing that. So it's working out really well, and it's a big success.
The second question I had was just in reference to, I guess for lack of a better word, right now we'll call them victims, the people that are addicts in the county, the people that are falling under, I guess, the thumb of people that are distributing narcotics. The resources that are available, I guess, is there a better list or a better opportunity for us to kind of broadcast or put that word out a little bit more? Because a lot of times, at least I know the last 2 times, we asked, what were some of the resources that were available, and I know you guys mentioned one that was in Carteret.
Yes.
We work with pretty closely, but I'm sure there's probably a lot more that are maybe relatively a little closer that can also provide some resources, not only for people that are using, but folks that may get arrested and say, hey, I want to have a reentry into society and turn over a new leaf.
Right. So, yeah, we do. We have a pretty extensive list now, and we have a new position in this office called a jail navigator. And her job is to specifically, take a look at these folks that are coming in and do some intake counseling or discussion with them about their addiction, their problems. Look at the resources we have and then get them pointed in the right direction, working closely with the district attorney's office. So these are processes that were not put in place before we got here, and now they are. And we're already see a lot of success with that. So we've got success stories. It is saving lives. It's a different approach. So, but it's a great program. I'm very proud of it. We've got the right person running it. But it's a team effort. And we would certainly be glad to get you a list of the resources that we use, because these are resources also that people out there that realize they have a problem, and for that short period of time they might ask for help, they can reach out to a lot of these resources and get the help they need. Anything else?